about you, but I find January's a bit grim really. It seems to go on forever, doesn't it? And over Christmas you've eaten too much, you've got up late, you've spent too much money, and worst of all, you've got behind on your studies. And that was me, I'm afraid, as well. It's not just you. Now, one of the things I think we're all trying to think about in the new year is how on earth do I catch up again? You had all those good intentions and it didn't quite happen. Now the first thing I'm going to say, and I always tend to say that in these, is do have a chat to your tutor, because they can probably help you prioritise. A lot of module books have got loads of material in there and it's really, really good for your education to read it all. But if you're running short of time, there may be some bits that you can really focus on. Or you may even just be able to study some of it out of order. That this chapter here may be really important for your EMA or exam, but maybe you don't need it quite yet. Give yourself a little bit of time to catch up on it later. So your tutor might be able to help you with that. Obviously, if the worst comes to the worst, you can start asking for an extension, though you have to be a little bit careful because that can lead you to get even further behind afterwards. But that, that sort of thing is an option. And the other thing that sometimes happens with this, I think, is that you're thinking, I'm behind, I can't face it, I have no motivation to continue. And you just feel my study mojo is gone. Now, you can recover from it. But the first thing I'm going to say, I think we've all been there at some point or another. I think, although I've loved the vast majority of everything I've ever studied with the OU, I think for every single module there's probably been a point where I'm thinking, why am I putting myself through this? Why am I doing it to myself? But you can get through it. Some of the sorts of things I've sometimes used to help me get through it are chunking it up a bit. So I'm not thinking I've got to read 3 chapters. I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to read the next 10 pages and then I'm going to have a cup of tea and a chocolate biscuit. Or I might also be thinking, okay, I can't face this next chapter, it's so boring. But I quite like the look of the chapter after. And so I might even just skip a bit and get my interest back going again. So once I'm looking at the chapter after, I think, oh, actually that's quite cool, isn't it? And that might actually get me going back into the study mood again. You can always just go for the straightforward bribing yourself. I don't know if many of you have seen that meme on Facebook where you've got a textbook and you've got a chocolate after every single paragraph, and that's how people reward themselves. Maybe not that many chocolates, it wouldn't be good for your sugar levels, but that sort of idea. Another thing that I think can be a little bit counterintuitive is sometimes if you've spent evening after evening trying to make yourself study and it hasn't quite worked, you've tried to study but then you've faffed around on social media, or your cat sat on your computer and you spent time with your cat, or whatever, and you haven't got anything done. You haven't actively done anything particularly good either, you just feel you've kind of wasted the evening and you feel guilty. Sometimes it's quite good to actually give yourself permission to just take that evening off properly and just say, that's fine, I'm going to have this evening, I'm going to have a chat to my mates, I'm going to have a nice bath, I'm going to go out, whatever floats your boat. And then sometimes the next evening you actually come back a little bit refreshed, a little bit more motivated to turf the cat off your computer or turn Facebook off or so on. So do try that one. If it's really not working, try giving yourself a break. And the other one is just to imagine the future. Okay, you're fed up now. It's a bit of a really steep hill to climb. But if you think about it, 2, 3, 4, 6, however many years down the line, imagine yourself walking across the stage at that ceremony. Have a look at the videos of the OU ceremonies. You'll never see anything so motivating. So it's worth just thinking about that future. And obviously connect with others. Sometimes it can be really therapeutic just to have a bit of a good moan with other people and then you get back down to it. So remember that if you're feeling demotivated, you're feeling behind, we've all been there. You can get through it, it is possible. And I think January makes it worse, doesn't it? It's grey, it's horrible, it's miserable. So keep yourself going in there. If you're feeling like distracting yourself a bit, come and join in with the Student Association volunteering opportunities. We've got lots of exciting things going on, like our student-led projects, among others, and lots of local meetups to go to. So if you want a little bit of social interaction to encourage you to get back into the whole study thing, don't forget about us. And finally, I'd just like to wish you all the best for the new year. A bit late in January, but nonetheless, we've still got plenty of the year to come. Good luck with your studies, everybody.